Today, the F30 gets a new trunk. Again. Hey, this is Bryan. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. That's right, today, the F30 is going to a new trunk, and I'm gonna tell you why. So let's talk about why this is happening. So before we do that, a little backstory. Before I bought this car, it was rear-ended with something that was not disclosed to me when I bought it, but after some investigation within the first week of owning it, we found it out. And as a result, we noticed that the original trunk was kind of off. And we made a video on how to adjust it, and you know, I didn't really think too much of it because we went to this amazing looking carbon fiber trunk. Well, the thing is, when we put it on, the fitment was pretty good. Over here, the gap isn't too bad, and over here, the gap isn't too bad. However, the trunk has always sat a little cockeyed. And if you look over here, you can see that there is a pretty large gap. And honestly, I always wrote it off to, well, my car was previously in an accident, so maybe there's something bent. And I actually had an appointment. I was going to take it into a body shop to have them try to straighten it out. And then I was talking to some people that also had this trunk, which will remain nameless for now. And they said, hey, yeah, my trunk's lifted on the right-hand side. And I have tried everything that I can to get this trunk to sit right. Some of the things include putting a whole bunch of washers on this side. So if you look under here, you can see that we even tried to level it out over here. And if you look over here, you can see that we went to town with a little grinder trying to flatten it out. And even under here, you can see that we have washers stacked to try to angle this. We made adjustments to this, and everything we did resulted in my trunk never shutting, unless it was really forced. And it always sits cockeyed. And typically I'm not really OCD, but this has driven me nuts. And what really drove me nuts and kind of what pushed me over the line is the other day we were working on my car and we realized that there was a puddle of water sitting in there, which is from the trunk. So today we are going to be replacing this full carbon with a different style. We're going to go with an FRP with an exposed carbon lip. And as you will see in the near future, we are working on doing some changes. And one of the things that I want to do, little spoiler alert because we're not getting it painted today, I want to have the majority of the trunk painted and I want to have that exposed carbon lip. So that's one of the reasons why we went with this one. This has a slightly different style, slightly different shape. It's still CSL, but this one's a little bit more rounded, where this one is a little bit more square. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer over things like lights, taillights, license plate, camera over to this one. We're gonna get it installed and then we're gonna check out the fitment. Now, a really cool thing about this trunk is it actually includes the springs. And I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, but it's available in two different options. One option has this carbon exposed portion on the corner here, and then the other option is all FRP and it doesn't. Now, something to note, full disclosure about this trunk, it is made, FRP is basically fiberglass. So you are going to have some imperfections, and as you can see, it's not 100% finished, so it is something you have to take to a body shop to have them finish, unless you want to finish it yourself. But as I was saying, with this trunk, expect a little work to go into it. It is not going to come perfectly smooth. You are going to have to sand it, you're going to have to prep it, you're going to have to paint it. It comes just as you see it, well, before I put all this stuff on. But anyway, I'm going to put my new springs on, and what this is going to do is it's going to help it so when you pop your trunk, it doesn't go flying off. Something that I wish my old trunk came with, because the old ones are very heavy duty. right, so we have the trunk on here. We're gonna go back and do something about these wires. That's a surprise for another video, but we're just going to, well, it looks so good already. And it doesn't work, take it back. Now what we need to do now is we need to just raise this latch up so it has something to bite onto. So let me do that, and then we'll test again. Oh, it works, and it fits. We didn't even have to try. This is already so much better. I may have to just tweak it a little bit, but overall, the initial fit is phenomenal compared to the other one. All right, so what we want to do now is we just want to get some close-ups of the fitment on this one. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect at all, but it is significantly better than the other one. And one of my biggest concerns, water in the trunk, should not be an issue any longer. So if you look over here, everything seems pretty flush. One thing that I notice is there's a little bit of a gap, and then it gets a little tighter around the corner, and then the gap opens back up again. Pretty even across here, same thing over here. Pretty even gap, especially when we compare it to the other side. Gets a little close over here, but before, if I had my thumb here, I could stick my thumb underneath this, and we have no washers in here at all. And then over here, the gap seems pretty uniform. So my initial reaction is this is night and day. I wish I did this a lot sooner. I'm a little torn because when you look at the other trunk in its full carbon, it looks amazing. But I want to start to tone down this car a little bit, and we want to get some more paint on here. So we were going to paint that one, so we figured if we're going to paint it, we might as well just get a new one. And I think the fit on this one is incredible. It's going to require a little bit more work to prep it and to get it ready, but I think the end result is going to look fantastic. So anyway, as you just saw, I am so excited about this trunk. Again, I'm a little bit torn because I really like how the old trunk was all carbon, but you know what? I would choose the FRP with the carbon strip that fit better any day over something that didn't fit well. So super excited for this, but be sure to stay tuned because we have some pretty cool changes coming up in the near future. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at kiesmotorsports.com for all the links to the parts and tools that we used in today's video. Be sure to see the links down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.